so me discussing says oti ya na no joda ura for be so kire Otumfuo ana bechem so omso be so kire Otumfuo ayentimi nko abraye nya ho abakosem bitam bia ba you know ura for the na very interesting ura for no fri kuntanase kontanse dia na ba na no kwatase ni kontan dia kontan and ura no, the history has it said ahini bi kwama hini bi no asante hini bi bedidi e ate ko kwama bedidi e na omgidi say food poisoning na ko fan sem bebre e baaye e ma kuntanse hini bi baaye omo frɛ no ma no baaye na omo se onim hu bi eku no enti ma na asefo no tuye ti omo tuye no na omo di kan e ko omo kotena aburi peduase aburi and when they settled no na ben and present day aburi botanical gardens also amatrans kakra no I think they start was kisi baby bebre but when kwatran for 40 years after 40 years no na tuye na ko nkonya in the present day oti
okay
so ko nkonya no na akonya semi bae na no so omutu ya call the present day uraura so the present day uraura for no trade it omo ekuntanse so o babe sai kire Otumfuo a onti no because obi cry from America oba osimaye DNA ni kese me hani enti me baba hwehwe and we think that is a plaza now uraura ni no
and the oba
so that he talks about the history of the Rara for na no on ben. Maybe at an appropriate time, maybe full discussion on the Rara, but the Raras are now Rara and some of appreciated there's a commission, a commission of inquiry in Volta region chieftaincy. Who's the first no? Now a Volta region. Good. That commission was set up in 1973. That commission to go into the chieftaincy in Volta regional. Now we call it Nana Ajimambadu Commission of Inquiry into Chieftaincy. 1973. At Nana Ajimambadu, the late Omahene of Doma. That was his commission of inquiry in 1973. A champion. Eti oyen shishemu. And say ye Chieftaincy Act na or 2409 no LI 2020 no na se Volta region alone ye wa manhene ha Volta region alone ye wa manhene ha
wa ha
100 na ye a product of Nana Ajimambadu Commission of Inquiry which was set up in 1973 by Kutu Echampong.
Ignatius Kutu Echampong.
In fact, Nana Ajimambadu was a pivot of CPP. CPP kesiye. The same Nana Ajimambadu so na kusasi mamprusi. Ahun san yabaka kakrai. And also committee na la list of one tiye. The Governor General anum tiye. Adotan kunwan fuaso no. Nana Ajimambadu was also a member of that committee. So the mamprusi kusasi the bidumeka no Yabo for the committee. Bisubeka na Ajimambadu committee. Bisubeka no Bohene committee. Ontie. But I want it to be on record say, Wama ya appointed wamuni nyina no. They were and a CPP mu kesiye pa. And the same Nana Ajimambadu played a major role with the creation of the Bono region in April 1959. He played a major role. The Boron champion of which started in 1955. No? You cannot talk of the Boron champion without mentioning Nana Ajimambadu of Doma, Ana Drobo, Ana Bechem, Ana Kwasya Preku Domase, Ana Kukuom from Pong. This is our history. Mwe Drupa. So that is the role, the contribution of Nana Ajimambadu.
Okay.
Then the Bechem so no be shy na no joda. Bechem for ni nsuta. Nsuta ya
Bechem nsuta.
Ahwenye. Omo hene ba kon, omo pai ba ahwenye ene Bofoakwa. in fact Bofoakwa no Bofoakwa ofin suta no ona ne dini om de koto sunyane team no
Bofoakwa Tano no team no
am team na meje so om free suta ha no akonyasam na ma om ko tena omanim ha kakra ansa na tie om ko tena abechi ase na ye me bebre wo ho na om ko tena ase am Bofoakwa no waben pa no timi hwe dache nti ama no ko Tano so mfa Tano so e wo sesia Tano so e bena bisim no Bofoakwa na establish Tano so
sa
yeah Bofoakwa na so time be kwen ye Bofoakwa ne bosom no time be kwen. And what history has it that at a point in time Okomfo Anokye on Osetu to the first Benyina no Bofoakwa to den safrebe ma be call asotanom eko ya mamre. So Tano is to Asante is to Asotano. Tano the last time one then chamba so akoko was the very day no Asante hene no okobrikuma yi no. Yes, that was the last time for so many years about 70 or 80 kwasi usunu Bofoakwa time in 1972-73 no na then chamba so bechi akoko. So from the 1978-79 bano then cham on oyi musuo no a na then cham ne ebububa nti ebububa sa no ahura akoko no uhura akoko na then cham no
waso
so for about 30-40 years no then cham am say the very day Otumfuo kwa yi wo brekum no unzo Otumfuo because the koye nyankomade
ya mamre ho
be koye mamre nti dano be ye no afegun se nso na bububa na ba hu se abo na be hura akoko no wa so de ko. And therefore brekum ebechem eye typical Asante mane enti bechem bedina sam bechem bakana samwa. There is nothing wrong. One time ne meka mpete ni breme one time no bechem tam meka mpete ane breme one hena ba ko bi oyare mpete no omde ko okuru bi afram breme ene okowuye enti bechem front tam. So bechem ye full fledged like raura bechem like raura like odomase number 2 what I say kwabna kirase for and that Monday na so no Asante man kan kwabna kirase for no so asem. So domase number 2 ubetima friend and tapings 2 ubetima kacha kwabna kirase 2 ubetima friend bosom twist 2 and that bosom twe no kwabna kire no kwabna kire no no ya bantamani. So whoever will occupy Odomase number 2's stool no is equally eligible to occupy the Bantamas stool in the foreseeable future.
Odi Bantama kunyama.
So this is the history, and I'm using this occasion. So now no Jordan or T region Henebi Baha Obesai. I have region Henebi Ebesai. And a bono phobi Quabracha as a for so Bebeka Basim Wie. On this 15th December no and until I use occasion no chere a man for and Yamamusa Abusa Sanse Natia Etienne ma abra menka abakosem
that be
now about the so abakosem so here nipa no bebre now mama sama wa you bio the containers Otumfuo Asante hene obefra containers hene wofa
ni wofa na containers hene
sa containers so befra Otumfuo wofa se
okay
kokofu ani Otumfuo the befra containers wofa
sa
na containers so befra kokofu ani Asante hene se me wofa se no
yes abrankese so kra sa
Abankase ha. Oh yeah, so bebre. Now, ni ehun ni say. Adanse akrofom. Most of them pa adanse akrofom. In fact, you will not be wrong to say we share Asante Eastern region. I'm not talking about the Crocodiles and the but a job in for a from and yes, and no history has it said I could kill for the free fa. Almost do man come out bad, no back. They are saying that Akokyere is as old as the creation.
Abodian Fitias.
Hey. And adanse for no adanse abedwamo no. Woman wa krofrom akofra bante. Na woman nsuo bi wo ho as I'm talking now no. Your friend no asuobona.
Nti omo tade tudin kra. Obeti adanse na bona soso.
Good. Now asuobona no as you are talking now. Sir ya mamre womo adwene no na hono tete shiram. Anti sabaya mamra no na saboa no adwene no be adware nso no mu a wa nso no bi ba be so no afianto. Hey, yes, anwene no bubo nso peti nso no wa so dware mu no. Yes. Wa nso no bi sabia obeyo mu menwane no wo dwane na nsuo no bi bo wa opede akoya kwayon samansie. Hey, now yeah. And we have adanse bronsam so. And so very powerful. Udru kwa pia no ho no mo a. Okoya ho no ma. Ubenya prakotwa na prakotwa. Adanse bronsam so and no history has it said. How do be flash sisi adane. As far as history has it no. Apart from the ancient Egyptians, ancient Israelis in there, ntemu hadia beni besi adane. So beni can see adane near from adanse for no. Then it means that the Asian Ghana we are talking about said the Amoravis defeated the Asian Ghana in 1024. Not dance here for when masisi badane. So it stands to reason say some of this are dance here for no bebre or one by. Look, when we are doing history very well, you realize that in Nigeria, you have the Tiv, the Igbos, and the rest. Some of them know any change the birth of Jesus Christ. Yes. The Tiv in Nigeria, the Igbos in Nigeria, the Yorubas. Some of them are history change the birth of Jesus Christ. When the birth of Jesus Christ in year AD no, BC
before Christ.
Very good. So we need to learn a lot, and therefore there is a possibility that Ubenya present day Ghana no, Ubenya binum year BC. That possibility exists. It is
na sabre no na asase ne na hokwa na ni party
so. It is never correct to say akanfo nyina besia wo ebono. It is never true. They should learn the history and learn the history well, and stop misleading people. Because if you take a sim appointment in what a sim appointment in 4 be some free, say if it's from nearby. Wama kwenya na friend answers to. Wama kwenya na answers to. Wama na ba akubia di the friend Tiwa ni opoku wa the first woba. Tiwa no opoku wa the first woba. So whoever is occupying a same appointment stool now will call the Asante Hene say Mpapa. And the Asante Hene will call the occupant of the same appointment stool say Mba. You cannot talk of the history of the accounts in Ghana without making reference to the dances. Because even Chebi, no, the first chief for the year 1365 to 1390, 1365 to 1390. Chebi no, Oyakura or the 2 offense.
Offense your opinions in
Chebi. Na Chebi offenso ejoso oreato adansia akrofrom a Chebi de kwabe nana Chebi be nana 1365 oye nana
I say na mu betina ho ache binum tina ho ache
and people don't do serious research. I can find na betina bono betu free bono. Come on, please talk me come back me. Because Okomfo Anokye no bebre adanse bedwam se be pronounce na man pronunciation ya ba bia Okomfo Anokye de sekan ko woduam no na edaso ho. Now another interesting thing about Chebi Afenso Ejoso adanse akrofomfo no tete no saba bia kwa afuom okasa group no no akwa afuom no hu se wo no hu yellow ohun na fe wo no ko afọ ko kakra wase no hu wo no a eso oso no ba fie
ohun ni enye
ni bia besi that is the history anas oko na fo hu se kwakwa da bia besi nnua so na hu se kwakwa da bia besi dua so na ahwa don de watwam ni kwakwa da bia se eso ba fie. That is what history and nature I am on. It is like dropping any bekwani or kwa former no ko hu pramire o hu pramire da bo na yira ma se hu pramire a ese so asa no ba fie
abanse pramire
ese so asa no ba fie. Anyway
wow na lawyer nana obribu aheno no we entete ho kakra no atete ho e dia kire yi na lawyer ne wo ken giri se nyame adoma na ode enkwa che ya afia besimu no giri se nyame de be che na afia e besimu no ye ba na mebisa sanse se we di breaki the last program ne na kontansi asoma wo ken na akai masem se penifo se asanteman a ye se yenum no kane no na nye num sa na nke yensia ya na kontansi kan asanteman eye enum koko fuja bebe kwa insuta ene mampon na nka kontansi ka ho na ne ye ya kontansi free mu no ya me adoma next year ya
be kwa ni kokofu be kwa ni kokofu. If you look at the restoration now 1935 31st January 1935 the restoration one bakwa ni kokofu mpase kontansi be champion. So it was so many years. So many years because Kuntanase is saying that look ukokofu oni kwaman Asante Otumfuo kwaman oni kokofu be na pa odi karuba pa ya ntwuwa nyame antwuwa nyame enti ya de nana ne antwuwa nyame kokofu anyini kwaman anyini Otumfuo ne nananom no nyina ntwuwa nyame then Kuntanase say oh Ntwuwa nyame na emu na napo di karba na ntwuwa nyame de nana tiwanu ne pa na ntwuwa nyame
okay
moda mu na pa na ntwuwa nyame kwa manda ani kokofu da all sa ntwuwa nyame maame ani
kuntasefo
ebara
asa kuntase ya be peni ho
and that in history akoma bakwai ani kokofu benya kuntanase ambepese be bon buka but they were elevated to the status of paramountcy cheye ansa na kuntanase ebano. So that is the history.
Okay.
That is the history.
Okay.
Contrast is saying that ntwuwa nyame ya meba. Mo so mo say
ntwuwa monana. Ene se monana no ye ba.
Enti ekodi ni. So for more than 500, 600, 700 years. No ze na kwaman. Ani kokofu ni ba na ma ye no onim ye no ntwuwa nyame ma ntwuwa nyame.
Nana nom ne ye.
Na contrast breaking history no. So yeah mo say I said no. I'm also now contrast kokofu design me wafas ye. Yesu me wafas ye. No Otumfuo akofre contrast wafa. Otumfuo ba fra contrast wafa. Otumfuo ba fra dwumakase kase wafa. What I say? Otumfuo be fre kokofu minua. Kuntana se be fre adwuma kasi minua.
Na say etipen.
Aha etipen. Nti kwaman na ayi kokofu de moyankra.
Okay, lawyer na do biribu ahe no na nso pon sima aduanan miensa na kesima no be dunso na no nwotwe abo no nkono ye be sorry so obra easy waterproof paint ebeba na lawyer atenase na ebedi nkomo samu ababe todwa mampusi kusase issue asem no ensem
na menko into details as a historian, as a politician. I won't go into details, but I'll do with education.
Good.
Min kasa say kusasi for dibem anabe difo.
Dabi.
Mampusi for dibem be difo. Ebe soja.
Wa me henkwam. Mo.
Men nya prepreja.
Dabi.
Tama report no nkoya no na bia meka madwene. Na the report na ko.
Abanti no.
Men kama dwene because tension no ewo soro abufuo no ewo soro ewo security implications. Ha. So me ya champion asoro ne menyantie. Meti asoro amanfo beba pa o. Amanfo beba pa na Roma no minti munyai. You know, so we just why would hear me bia no.
Sas name position.
Why would hear me bia no. And then you better make fa kusasi man position no. For education. For education. It is not for the MPP, it is not for the NDC. It is not for the CPP. It is not in support of Otumfuo, it is not against Otumfuo. It is not in support of President Mahama, it is not against President Mahama. It is not in support of Akufo-Addo, it is not against Akufo-Addo. Education, addition, the bachelor there.
Good.
You listen, tie, na fa.
The mwaba.
Na
wa nkasa si ujina ye. Okay.
Good.
Okay. Nti yana ya pandai die no. Pandai die no.
Di gwen wo be bossa.
Ensemu. Wow. Ana face home NPP die no. High Court ko for dia case no. Protozoa. Ana onse investors na yes said dino. And also yebekum kakra ene nsem ba ku mienu bi aka bia ye de be wura mu ne ye di hu nkomo no pay na won ka ba kwasem die ne